Oh, fuck. Bring us in, Michael. Go.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Dish Pit Podcast. This is your co-host, Michael Ramirez. Brought to you and welcomed with none other than the other co-host.
Yes. Okay, yes.
Jay Fandango.
Okay, yeah. I'm Jay Fandango, and Marc is here as well.
Yeah, the third-eyed crow is here.
And then we might as well just call Ivory our fourth co-host. Our third co-host, rather.
/ intern,
even though he doesn't do any actual work around here.
He got up and did stuff for Blake earlier.
What did he do? I just saw him falling asleep in the chair.
Blake told him to get something and he got it.
Tired,
what was it in specific? You don't even
smoking
know.
And being tired. No, that's bad.
I don't know, Blake.
I'm gonna stop smoking with you then when you come over here.
Ooh.
You can't not sleep. Anyway, so
take a nap, bro.
how was work today, Michael? Man,
it was okay. It was pretty slow, but I had some characters come in there. Regulars. They were like these old guys, and they were just like, "Hey, how's it going? I haven't seen you in forever. Fuck this mask, right?" I mean,
that's what I was gonna say. All the old people hate masks.
Goddamn, they're the ones that should be wearing the shit.
They're the one that need to worry the most.
They need to worry the most. I'm okay. I'm fucking I'm a healthy human being.
Speaking of which, Ivory, I don't know if this information is accurate, but Ivory said we're going to go into shutdown again on Friday.
Oh, Ivory.
That.
Yeah. I heard that was supposed to be last Friday, but I don't know where you're getting your information.
Yeah,
maybe you read an old Facebook post. It's okay, bro. Happens all the time.
That's just the rumor that's going around.
Yeah, I've heard that Florida's been shut down for 2 weeks, right? And Texas is waiting to see what Florida happened, like what happens with them. And yesterday they had their highest spike in deaths due to the coronavirus, and they've been shut down for 2 weeks. So I don't know how much a shutdown's going to be doing for us.
I went out to eat yesterday, and the guy told me that they were, shutting back down on Friday too.
Mm-hmm.
So.
We haven't heard nothing from our people.
Nothing.
We're not shutting down until they make us.
Well, the governor has to do that.
We live in Texas.
That's what he was saying. It was the governor.
Yeah.
And
is it Craig or Greg?
Greg.
Okay, thank you for clearing that up. That's been an issue.
Greg.
That makes no sense. We're talking about restaurants on the same street, and one of them is like, "Yeah, Friday we're not going to be open. We're slowing down."
What restaurant are you talking about?
I went to Ocean Air.
Oh yeah, but that's like fucking in the Galleria.
And y'all are still on Westheimer.
That's true.
You're in West Chase.
Yeah, but a lot of the restaurants in the Galleria can't survive right now, and some of them are shut down due to the fact that they're open, but nobody's coming in there.
I wonder if Daily Grill is still open.
No,
They closed?
Yeah, a lot
not.
of places are closed.
Daily Grill's closed. Melting Pot's open.
What about Kona Grill?
I don't know.
No, Kona's been done.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Kona and
What's that other one? It's like the
Man, Kona was awesome.
it's in the city center. I know what you're talking about.
You talking about Fleming's?
No,
No, it's like the
sushi place.
Mediterranean
Raw.
food.
Oh,
No,
no.
not raw.
Boo.
It's like some Mediterranean or like some foreign food. I can't remember what kind of food it was specifically.
I don't eat none of that boring food.
The food you have, you eat foreign food all the time. I don't.
Let's take this shot. Let's get this thing going. We got a lot to
boys.
talk about. We had a good weekend.
Yes, we went on vacation as stated in the episode of the podcast that is totally up.
Totally up.
I'm being lazy.
Totally.
Fuck.
I think the whole vacation came together well. It was kind of like a giddy up and go, spur of the moment.
Highly improvised.
Highly improvised. Like, it felt like I loved it because it was one of those let's
go.
Let's go.
Yeah, that's true.
We're going.
In the amount of time I was given the information, and keep in mind I knew I'd agreed to this a month prior.
I told him on Tuesday.
Dude, he told me like two days before, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'll do that tomorrow. It's like Thursday night. I'm like, oh shit, I make a list, and everything just checked itself off pretty much. So I was like, yeah, I'm definitely going.
Jordan went with nothing.
Yeah, well, to be fair, I did bring the issue to you a couple days before. I was like, man, I hadn't even gotten my bathing suit or a tube. You're like, oh, it's okay, we're going to be in Rivertown. You just get it there.
That's what I said.
He told me we could get it there.
And we did.
Yes.
Down to the white t-shirt.
It only took us an extra hour and a half to get everything.
I'm happy with all the time.
Hey, we got those delicious strawberries from that Walmart.
Those fucking strawberries.
I haven't had
Remarkable.
strawberries this good ever. I don't think
they just blended so well with the shrooms.
real.
They made the shrooms disappear.
Wow.
Because those things were fucking
Wow.
god awful.
God, shrooms are so fucking disgusting.
We've already gotten
bro.
too far. So
All right,
we
okay, all right.
planned a trip to float down the river.
Quote,
On this
air quote,
trip,
float.
we knew we were going to trip on shrooms. We just didn't know when.
Yeah. There was actually no time, like, discussed.
Nothing was.
Like, hey, this is going to be shroom time when we're on the river. or
We all
whatever.
woke up on a Saturday at our own time. Dude, I went and got breakfast, and Mike and Jordan were still asleep. So
Oh,
we
yeah,
were all
bro.
on our own time living life.
I sleep in.
We
did
got to
both
the
days.
river when we got there, and then we like set up camp, dude.
Okay, so to my defense, on the Friday there, I wasn't supposed to drive Jordan and I because Elsa and I's agreement, because we thought we were gonna
L's
like,
agreement.
yeah, El's agreement. We thought we were gonna like pick up an animal and bring him back home. So I was gonna have to drive back. So our arrangement is whoever drives there drives us
Drives
back.
But you thought you were
Yeah.
gonna pick up an animal?
Yeah, a doggy.
I would have totally cuddled with a dog on the way back.
I know that would have been awesome too. I would have so.
What kind of dog is it?
Oh, I don't even know, but it's a cute little dog, cute little black dog.
Little
But
dogs
that
are
was the
best.
plan, right? And that plane got 86 that day. So then I was like, well, I might as well drive there. That way I don't have to drive back, right? But we were already drinking that day and a little bit. So I'm driving, and the next thing you know, like I'm like, oh, I'm gonna take this little quarter of an Adderall. Boop boop.
Oh, did you?
I did.
I didn't know.
That was Friday. Didn't tell anybody,
Adderall always works.
but I was like,
Maybe that's why you weren't that hungry at the Applebee's.
That's
Yeah.
exactly why.
That's exactly why. That's
Interesting.
exactly why I had the plan I was going to eat later. But on Adderall's not like fucking Coke or meth or anything. You can eat on it. Like
No, you're
it
right.
doesn't.
It just curbs your appetite.
Yeah.
It doesn't make you. It makes you not hungry, but it doesn't like with Coke.
You don't
if you're,
think
like,
about
high on
food.
Coke, yeah, you don't think about it
Until
but
you
if you're
need
on
it.
Coke, you're gonna be like choking shit down, like like I can't eat this.
Sounds
like I really don't
disgusting.
want to eat right now. But with Adderall, you know, be like, oh, I'm gonna eat like
Bro, the
daily meals.
Applebee's can kiss my ass.
Ooh, that crap. That's why I call them Crabblebees.
I got a
Anyway.
fucking the salad. The Caesar salad was all right. They had like 3 croutons on the salad, and then I don't even know what I was thinking ordering this, but it was like a 4-cheese macaroni with like some honey peppered chicken tenders on top.
It sounded good. It looked good in the picture.
In theory, it sounded good.
Ain't good. But I was like, Jordan, I knew he was going to order it. He said he was going to order it. And I
So
was
he-
going
so
to
he
order
did.
food to go. But I ordered cheese sticks there. So I ate my cheese sticks. And then when Jordan got his food, because we all got our food together. And then he was like, this shit sucks. So I changed my order to go.
Oh, I
'Cause
remember that.
I was originally going to order what he had.
Yeah, the mac and cheese was good, but the chicken tasted awful. With the combination of the cheese and the sweetness, who the fuck wants to put honey in mac and cheese?
The funny part about this whole weekend is Jordan literally got screwed out of every meal.
Yeah, I didn't enjoy any of the meals I got.
Every meal.
We only
bro.
had 2 meals to be fair. Like that.
2 meals out.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, like I didn't enjoy that Applebee's, and then the next day, all I ate was some fresh fruit and like some crackers and meat and cheese. You know, like a little.
The mac and all peaches.
I didn't eat a peach,
Got a
but
Lunchable.
I basically had a fancy Lunchable and then some fruit, and that was what I ate while we were on the river. And then what's it called? Whatever the time.
Rudy's.
I didn't eat Rudy's.
Oh, that's right. You didn't
Remember
eat.
that
We
was that
tried
night.
to
We're
force feed
fast
you.
forwarding right now.
Oh yeah, we're fast forwarding.
Y'all really were trying to force feed me for a
trying
little
to
bit.
make
It
you-
was kind of scary. I felt like I was doing something wrong because I wasn't hungry.
Yeah.
But y'all don't understand. Like I just don't eat sometimes.
Hey, that's cool. I don't eat sometimes either.
Mm-hmm.
And I eat I eat 1 meal a day. And so when I see somebody else who hasn't eaten and it's just like kind of like picked and snacked like I have and only eats 1 meal a day, and then they haven't eaten by the time that, because whenever I make a conscientious decision to eat, that means drugs and alcohol are done.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm eating. That signifies the end of my night. I could stay up after that, but that's the end of doing that. And if I'm still doing these things and you haven't eaten yet and I'm thinking about food, I get concerned. And that's why I was like, maybe he does want to eat. Maybe that's why I was trying to be like, I know that I'm not hungry now, but I'll be hungry 5 hours from now, and all the restaurants will be closed. So
No,
I'll
believe
be
me,
like,
I'm in the preventative hunger.
Yes, preventative
I
hunger.
do that all the time. I get you, and then I get mad at myself when I don't. Like, say I have an opportunity to go to a grocery store after work, but I'm like, I'll just go home, be lazy, right? And then I'm home with nothing to eat, and I don't want to go anywhere. And then at that point, you either just call in food or just don't eat.
But that was funny about Friday night. We got hoodwinked by the hotel as soon as we fucking got there.
Yes, your hotel was your hotel was a sauna.
I walked in there, no AC on.
Mine was cool. I was on the other side of the building because they're like, oh, Queen's on one side and then King's on the other. I'm like, what the hell?
There's a super funny story behind these hotels in this town.
We're gonna get to that. We're getting to the you're skipping.
They didn't even write Jordan's hotel number the first time.
The way they wrote it on the card, it was 24. And there are no double-digit numbers at this hotel. It's all, like, it goes from, like...
103.
Yeah, it goes from 100 to 300 or whatever. Or some shit. And I'm literally walking all around. I'm like, maybe it's 204 or, like, I don't know.
124.
124 or 224, something like that. Checking all these rooms, trying the card out. And I go to the office. I'm like, hey, man, what's the number on this thing? Like, he's like, oh, that's 221. I'm like, how the fuck am I supposed to know that? Your 2 looked like the start of a 4. And then once I looked at it, I was like, oh, I guess I can see that would be 221.
I never even thought about that. It looked like
so my room was 221, not... There's no 4.
I can't remember, like, we picked you up or something, or we were driving by you, and you were
and you're like, what's going on? I'm like, I can't find it. And I just went to the
I thought you had told me 124, or 122, which is funny later on in the story. But yeah, so that night I walk in. Oh my
God.
I walk into my room. Mark and I are right next to each other in rooms, right? They go into their room. We walk into ours. Elsa is going to meet her daughter. So she's gone. Takes off. And... our room is hot, and I look at the third, like the
I didn't have the heart to tell her, but I was like, when I went to y'all's room to kind of just hang out for a little bit, before we like started chilling and stuff. I was like, Elsa, y'all might have to change rooms because that AC, I know hotel ACs. This is not it.
It looked like something from 1980s.
It had a knob on it.
Had a knob on it that said low, cool.
It went from red to blue.
Yeah, and then when I got in there. When I left to go get beer and ice, when I came back, it was still just as hot. And when I tried to turn it up all the way to the highest part of like the blue, I turned it past it and the thing cut off.
I didn't know that. Nah, bro.
Yeah, and so I was like, holy shit.
System error.
She called the fucking front desk, had a guy come out. She took off. The guy comes out, in the room. He walks in and he's just like, yeah, it's kind of hot in here. He's a big, tall, fucking white dude. Big old 6'5" white dude.
That's the guy from the front desk.
And he was like, oh, man, it's pretty hot in here. I'm like, yeah, no shit, right? And so then he looks at the thermostat and he kind of like messes with the knob. And he's like, he's like, well, that's probably about as cool as it's going to get. It'll get down, it'll get cool. And I'm just like, man, bro, it's, this is not going to cut it. It's fucking like a sauna in here. And he's like, well, I got this other room you could look at if you want. And so we leave my room, and as we're going to the other room, he's like, now just to let you know, I just turned on the thermostat in here, so your room has got like a little head start on this one. And I'm like, all right, cool. So we go into 210 and it's cold. It's cooler instantly. And then I look at what the thermostat is.
Because they keep those things running.
Yeah. I look at what the thermostat is. It's a digital one where it's like 63, 65, 67, turn it on degrees, adjust the fucking fan, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, nah, I'm taking this one, bro. And he's like, oh, well, you sure? Because, the other. I'm like, no, this is going to be the one. He's like, well, I'll go get your keys remade. I'm like, yeah, you go do that. I'm going to move all my shit. The only thing about my original room is the TV was like a 60-inch TV in the room.
All right. And that is where we segue into my room experience because... from what I gathered, everyone is experiencing some little part of something that they're like, this is just off.
Yeah, me, I had some lights that I couldn't get to work right. More on that later.
Everyone's TV was way bigger than my TV. Okay, not a big deal. Boo hoo, Mark.
You and Michael had the same size TV.
Yeah,
by the
we
way.
had the same size.
Once he changed
Once you
rooms.
changed rooms.
I had the big TV.
They initially gave everybody the fucking huge TVs, and I was like, "What's up with this?"
Jesus.
Did you see my remote? My remote was like
Your remote was
a
fucked up.
dinosaur, dude.
I had that same remote.
Oh, you did.
I had the same remote. That's the TV remote. There's no guide or anything.
I
It's
didn't
just
have
like
that remote.
the
I
little-
had an actual TV remote.
I remember seeing that. It's fucking weird. It's everything's mismatched. And what I was telling you, the little Chinese takeout thing was also the channel guide.
The Wyndham owned Chinese spot.
Jesus Christ!
The
I don't think
Wyndham
Wyndham
owned
owns
The
Chinese.
only thing that we all agreed on was good about this hotel was the soap. We all liked the soap.
Oh man,
Yeah, the bar soap.
bar
I think
soap.
I actually have
Man.
one of those. I took one. I think.
took one, too.
And the little shampoo.
Yeah.
Anyone who's ever
I
stayed
need
in
to
a
give you your
hotel
towels too. You took towels, and I forgot to bring them back.
will
I
tell
only
you
got.
that
I only had one other towel.
the soap.
You had a
size.
white towel in your bag.
Yeah, that one white towel.
Oh,
Yeah. But anyway,
I didn't
I do
bring-
steal. Yeah, I steal towels from hotels.
I
Yeah.
do too. I used to steal pillows. Imagine getting them motherfuckers out of
Yeah.
there.
How the fuck?
I'd shove them in my backpack.
I left it, bro. I feel bad about this, but I'm gonna clear the air. I left a towel just like sitting outside. Like I took it out of your car because it was filthy, and I just put it like on that little pillar next to the car. And just,
Who
like,
cares? Nobody
Yeah.
cares. Yeah.
I know, but still, I had to get that off my chest. I felt bad about it.
Well, I appreciate it, bro. All right, Mark, open up the first beer. What we got?
All right, this is brought to you by Melted. They make a Rocky Road and Waffle Cone Ice Cream Ale. If you can say throw up in a can, let's
What?
crack it open.
Yeah, Rocky Road, waffle cone, ice cream.
This isn't even clever anymore. It's just
Ew.
torture. It's
Well,
disgusting.
If it makes you feel any better, we're all getting tortured in this. Oh,
How'd
look,
that
it's,
taste?
it's crisp. It looks crisp.
I feel like I just got kicked in the mouth with like a coffee bean and amaretto.
Amaretto by morning.
Oh yeah, it does taste like amaretto, but she looks hot, doesn't she?
She
Let's see.
does. It's a very convincing
Oh yeah,
can.
I like freckles.
That's a Facebook or a Snapchat filter. The freckles.
Oh no!
I told you, dude.
Everybody getting that
Coffee
stank
bean.
face.
You're
for it.
expecting like
That's
something
not
thick.
horrible.
It's not bad. It's crisp.
That's not horrible.
It's crisp.
Blake,
It's an ale.
Say-
Not delicious, but it's
It's
not
actually-
like
actually not bad.
It's actually not bad.
he doesn't want to get he'll get in trouble if he drinks after us.
You can drink through your mask, bro. It'll protect it.
it'll filter all the corona
It'll
out.
filter all of it.
Get all the corona out.
Yeah.
It'll filter it out.
That's actually not bad. Actually, that's pretty good. How much
So-
did that cost?
All right, so
Ask him the price of the beer.
I think I might be
you could actually
There's a
turn
whole
the can.
sticker on there.
Yeah,
$1.99, baby.
bro.
Oh, $2.
But yeah,
So we talked about our room experience.
and then we all meet up at Mark's room that
Yes,
night.
we all meet up in Mark's room. We were smoking blunts, right?
Oh man, it felt like we were going on a bender.
Doing some whippets.
Like the first thing
That
we
really did feel that week that those 2 days leading into Sunday morning felt like a bender.
like we just said,
except
fuck
for
it.
like the early afternoon of Saturday because
First
it was
thing
kind
I
of chill.
did when I got in my room, I stood on the bed, tied off the smoke detector
yeah.
with the
Yeah.
bag. Dude, I like
Which I did the same thing immediately, like that night. Like after I went home, I went and did that and like rolled up a blunt for myself and smoked it.
See, I didn't do it, but I was smoking out of a pipe.
because right next to the there's this takeout place that'll deliver to your room. They say it on the sign. Right next to it, there's this huge no smoking. I'm like, yeah, fuck that.
Do you really think that's gonna happen? And another funny story about the no smoking rule. I think I told y'all this, but after I came to chill with y'all, I think the next day. No, it was so I smoked that night by myself, and I had like half of a blunt sitting on my dresser, and there's some like ash surrounding it. I came back the next day after we got back from the river, and my bed's made.
I can't believe you
The
didn't. Like,
ta-
I always put like the do not disturb sign on my fucking.
I just didn't
room.
care. What are they gonna steal from me?
So what did they do?
Yeah, what did
they
they
just
do?
organized everything, and then they left the half of the blunt right in the middle of the coffee table. Like
They
it.
swept off the blunt
Yeah.
and like kissed it.
They like dusted all the ash off and
Put a
stuff.
piece of chocolate next to it.
It was very. I was like, and I was tripping at the time. Like this was after we came back from the river, and I was
yeah.
that was the thought to myself. I was like, wait, because I was smoking. I was like, wait, they didn't move this at all. Like what the fuck?
Okay,
Yeah, so we can start talking about Saturday when we went to the river.
Oh, Saturday! Saturday was great because Mark and them, they get up early. Like Mark, you're an early riser.
8:00, what the fuck?
I commend you for that. I used to be that.
Stop texting me at 8. I'm not up.
9:30 the latest, bro.
Yes,
Okay.
exactly. Yes.
9:30.
No, 9:30 at the earliest.
Or the earliest, yeah. The latest that you should think. I don't know. So
I'm not up that early, goddammit.
Yeah, I'm not up there. But yeah, so it's my vacation, goddammit. Anyway, so I commend you for doing that. Y'all did the breakfast thing. Elsa has
Yeah.
So
everyone has information.
y'all can do y'all's thing early in the morning, and I'll be asleep. It'll
Yeah.
be great. It'll be awesome. But we all finally round up and get together, probably around noon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, noon.
What do you mean, yep? You weren't there.
Just listen to the story.
Okay.
All right, Ivory
That was
agrees.
funny.
Ivory agrees. So we all meet up around noon, and then we gotta get stuffs.
Yeah,
Supplies.
I have to get my swimsuit, my tube, my water shoes. We have to get snacks for the river, waters. Yeah.
Yeah,
I had to get a Hawaiian shirt
like an ice. Yeah,
to wear unbuttoned.
yeah, that was like his vision.
That was a I had a vision.
He had a vision.
I even told Michael this. I was like, I want a Hawaiian shirt with unbuttoned. I was thinking wife beater, but then I just went with a white tee.
And we were like, Walmart, we go, okay, because that's the only place to get.
I
all
was
that.
cool with not doing that. Like I was like, whatever. I'll just swim in. I was like, I'll just swim in
No.
these.
See, Jordan was all trying to be like, oh well, whatever. I could just go like this, and we were like, no,
They're like, yeah, we can go. Let's go. I'm
We
like,
can
whatever. It's an
go.
adventure. Let's do it. Okay.
we're in Rivertown. This vacation.
You don't know DJ. If it was up to him, he'd be like, let's fucking go. God damn it.
No.
I don't want to go. Fuck. I don't want to drive 3 minutes away.
That's not us.
For someone
on
that loves
vacation.
cars, DJ fucking hates driving.
That's fucking crazy, dude. Oh no, we were all just like, hell yeah, let's go. It's an adventure. Yeah.
So our trip was like a mix of the first hangover and
Well, at least no one got lost.
That's true.
yeah.
No one died.
I guess technically I was lost for a little bit because none of us could use our phones for a little while.
You were lost for a minute. So we finally
It was
get.
literally like 30 minutes, but it felt like forever.
So the way we go is we go down Route 337, then we hit River Road, right? And River Road's about where we want to go is about 4.5, 5 miles, but it's 20 miles an hour, and you're in the hills, and you're doing like curves in and around corners.
Bro, cactuses everywhere.
That's what I was gonna say. Vantage point in the first hangover.
The first time, like I went through,
I was thinking hills have eyes.
when we were driving through, I even made a comment like, the first time I drove through here with Elsa's was like, I was like, oh, it's 20 miles an hour. I'm gonna do 35, 40. Yeah, fine. And then as you're coming around one of those corners blind,
Bro, we're bending
it's like,
corners.
and so I was like, all right, well, now I'm gonna do,
There you go.
now I'm gonna
Perfect.
do 20, 25. So while we were all driving down there and we do it, I'm still being called an old man by Jordan because I missed the turn, of course.
Bro.
still.
Okay,
Like-
the first time I understand, but you missed it. You tried to pull
I
in,
missed it
so you
once.
missed the entrance and then tried to pull into the exit.
Yeah,
that's
that's
why
what
I
I
got
did.
mad. I
Yeah.
was like, "No, Old Man River, one more."
So we had to go down, which was the last time that we tried to go to the spot that we had been to before. I had to turn around and go back. But we turn around and go back, and then normally we park in the parking lot right there, but it was full.
Super.
I had to get out of the car. Everybody forces me out of the car to go find some fucking solution. Like figure out where this person is.
You
Obviously,
said you knew that there was a
somebody-
person.
and she was there. I saw their setup. I'm like, they're gonna be here. They're like, no, get out of the
To be
car.
fair, Elsa pressured you to do that.
Yeah, no, I felt like the whole car voted me out. So
I was just sitting there.
yeah, the whole car voted me out.
Okay, I voted. If that makes you feel better, I voted you out.
So I walk out. I'm like, I don't even know where I'm going, right? Like, because the people are filling up their tubes, and obviously I don't go down there. I walk up to the top during like the concessions, and they're obviously don't give a shit about parking down there. So as I'm walking back down to go see what's going on, then the girl pulls up in her golf cart and is like, "Oh, this,
Y'all can't park
you
here.
can't park here." And I'm like, "Yeah." And then I see them pointing at me, and then I'm like, "I got the money for the parking." And then they tell me where to park, which is like about 100 yards away. I want to say
About 2 clicks.
Yeah,
Just playing.
no,
That's a lot, I know.
That's a half click. All right.
Okay.
About 100 yards away,
Damn it.
and then we go
What is a click?
1,000 yards.
Yeah, it's 1,000 yards.
Thank you for that. Go ahead.
I knew that. I
wasn't saying
he
you
just
didn't.
said it first. I did know.
It just has to do with how you adjust the sight on your rifle.
The clicks, right?
The clicks. Yeah.
Oh, that's lit.
So we go and we park. Then we're all getting out. First of all, the eye candy around this motherfucker.
I couldn't. I was like, bruh. No, it's this one.
I was looking for Baba Booey.
Oh, Baba Booey's this
Baba
one.
Booey.
I was close.
Baba Booey's right here.
But yeah.
I was looking for Baba Booey.
So we get out. We can't take everything at once. So
We take everything except for the chairs.
except for
though,
the chairs, right? And
which was only 2 things that you think. You know, we probably could have did that in one trip if
Probably
everyone like
coulda.
buckled down and carried their weight.
yeah, if everyone did.
I didn't think about that until now.
If
Yeah.
only, if only.
But I wasn't even thinking about that. I knew the chairs were vital because that's what I
Chairs
knew
were
would
vital.
would stink
Anchor,
us
yeah.
in the river. So I knew we had to come back for them. But we all wanted. I just wanted to get down there. We get down there. We get our bands on. We go into trying to find the spot. I find the spot. It's right in front of that property that says, private property, but it's the river. No one owns the river.
Yeah.
True.
Right? So I walk up to the spot where I think we should go, and I turn around, I look, and the girls are like walking.
That's funny.
They were following us the whole way, and then they decided, no, this wasn't where we were supposed to go. They're walking the other way, and I'm like, where are y'all going?
Like,
So we
you
walk
can't
up
argue
to
this
catch them.
Yeah.
Catch them, and they're like, well, we're going to try to find a spot. I'm like, why? There's nothing down that way. There really wasn't.
Yeah, there's like two groups of people.
And they're like, well, you can't go over there. It's private property. I'm like,
Yeah, up on the grass and
that's
shit.
the private property. The river, that's everyone's property.
Like, you
It's
think
like-
this little patch of grass and mud is their property?
No, that's why it said. That's why there literally was like stone wall on their property up there.
I
It
do
was
wish we had like one of those awnings or whatever to like
Yeah.
put over us because the fucking sun was brutal that day.
Everyone got some color.
That
day.
shit
Thank God I
was-
had the sunscreen on.
I didn't. I had
my
my
knee
rash
got
guard
burned
on.
because I had my knee up like this. This got burned. This was the only part of my body that got burned because everything else had sunscreen on it.
I had my rash guard on, so only my hand. My hands are actually darker, but that's it.
I was wearing a muscle shirt. I noticed when I got back to the hotel room, I was like, oh, shit.
It was a hot fucking
Man,
day.
it was-
I didn't have any sunglasses either.
That's yeah. That was fucking funny
Or a
throughout the
hat.
whole day.
Shut up.
So,
We went to 2 places, and one of the things I was supposed to get was sunglasses at both places, and I didn't get it.
The only place you looked at was the first place.
I looked at
Walgreens.
Buc-ee's too,
Oh, you looked at
because I was
Buc-ee's.
trying to find like a fucking $5-10 pair of sunglasses. Buc-ee's has like $40, $50, $60 pairs of sunglasses. What the fuck? Jesus.
Yeah, that's
they sell everything there.
So we get in the river. We finally get Mark fucking spills all my goddamn
Oh,
ice
I remember that.
out of the fucking
while
cooler, dude.
while we were going to get the chairs,
While we went
right?
to go get the chairs.
And then I came back. You were doing something about the tubes, right? I don't remember what you were doing, but I came back without you.
I was getting the tubes filled up.
Okay.
Because nobody had any money, like cash on them to fill up the tubes. So I'm the only one that had cash. So
Well, I
filled-
did, but it was in my wallet, which was at the campsite.
Yeah, so I filled up everybody's tubes. Mark, your tube was the most bullshit tube.
Apparently, the
of
lady was
all, bro.
complaining about blowing
Yeah.
it up the whole time.
up hers. That tube is amazing.
I walked up and I just see the cooler falling. I'm like, what happened?
Highly recommended at Target, that tube was.
How much was your tube?
You know, it cost what it cost.
How
What-
much
what
did you
it
pay
cost?
for that tube? I need to know. 'cause
Yes.
You know, it was one of those green bills. I
Oh, a
remember.
greenback. Huh? Like 38 greenbacks or 32 greenbacks?
You know, I think it was on the
I'm
less
gonna
expensive
I'm gonna
side.
estimate that it was $25.
At least.
Maybe around there. I forget.
Before tax.
Mine was 23.
Mine was $9.99.
Yeah, but
My tube was awesome.
Mine was too. Bucky's, baby.
mine was better.
Bucky's too.
Not cheaper though.
Yours was better. You didn't even get in your tube.
That doesn't mean it's not better.
Your tube.
I did get in the tube.
No, you
once,
did not. When?
At the beginning.
My tube was awesome.
And then I was like, this ain't it. The water was fucking 3 feet deep.
So?
You sit in the tube, you feel the bottom.
I was in there for 4 hours.
4 hours. Doing
Well, I'm
what?
sorry I'm not fucking 80 and I can't just
Jordan?
sit back and stare at the sky all day.
Man.
was the
bro.
only one who went against the grain during the trip.
I
And
couldn't.
Jordan
Uh-uh.
is the only one with negative experiences along the story. So I just want to point that out.
What?
Everyone
He had
sat-
great experience.
No, here's the thing. I didn't have any like bad experiences. I was just freaking out because of this pressure, not the pressure, the situation that was happening, because we were in public. First of all, I had already told you that I didn't want to take shrooms in public.
Oh, I did not know that was the thing.
I heard
chilling together in like the hotel and watch movies and hang out and shit.
Oh, I did not know that was the thing.
Yeah.
I thought the whole movie thing was like, oh, we just watch movies and whatever. I didn't know.
We didn't watch any movies.
No, we didn't.
So we fucking. It's like
I didn't know
3:30, 4 o'clock, and we decided to take these fucking shrooms.
Whoa, we still gotta
Yeah.
back up. Whoa.
All right,
Are we
so
backing
first
up?
of
You said the shrooms. You started talking about the trip.
All right, before we even get to the shrooms, yes, I knocked over the ice chest. It was an accident. I'm sorry, but
We had to
once
buy
we
more
got
ice,
everything
bro.
tied off in the river, I had to make like 2 trips back to the car because I didn't get any pre-rolls.
I was gonna get to that.
We were in public, and I didn't feel as comfortable as you
Yeah.
would like to do stuff in public. Just
I
to say
was
that
just
as well.
shocked that Mark
So you'll do
didn't-
shrooms in public, but you don't mind. You don't smoke some weed in public.
Like no one can see what's in your hand when you
That's
put it
very
in your
true.
mouth,
But,
so
like-
they wouldn't know what I was eating.
bro.
I was personally shocked because me having been to the river plenty of times and
They
lived
smoke.
out there plenty of times, I didn't think that was an issue.
Yeah.
I thought that you would have already brought all your stuff
I did initially. I took
and
it
like
back.
right down, and then we just would have just chilled and rolled up, smoked, did whatever, because it's the fucking river. Nobody gives a fuck. So that's what I assume. Everybody's like trying to come up with plans, like Elle's trying to come up with some walking plan to go smoke.
Yeah, she was
and
like, "Oh, we'll
stuff,
just go walk around that corner." I'm like, Elsa. I even told her, I was like, "Okay."
Yeah,
we'll
you
do that.
disagree. You disagree.
That was funny. Michael said, he's like, "Just agree, because then when it comes down to it, we're not doing that."
Once I got comfortable, I was like, all right. So I rolled the fatty, then I rolled the little one to go with it, and then I was like, all right. I sat down in the water, and this was the best part, Ivory. The water wasn't deep, and it's not like I can't swim, so I need it to be shallow. It was perfect. Like you didn't have to worry about the river taking you down or nothing. It was just like we can sit right here. This is great.
Yeah, we're all tied to each other.
Man, it seemed just the apparent moment after we smoked, like, hey, did y'all want to do those shrooms? Everybody said yes, almost unanimously, like, yeah. Like, everyone was like, yeah, let's do them. So I went back to the car. There's nothing but country music playing.
Oh yeah, I didn't
All day.
even mention, bro.
Only like old school country
You
music.
don't
place-
understand.
The place where we posted up, the private property behind us,
Has these huge 2 speakers.
huge speakers
like a
blaring.
PA.
Yeah, blaring 90s country music, which was good, the good country music,
Bro.
but just blaring it. So at first it's okay.
But we're in between multiple groups. So behind us, they're like jamming George Strait. Over here, they're like jamming Keith Urban. You get to where you have to go to the bathrooms, and these are the bathrooms of death, people. Oh my God. I'm not exaggerating.
They weren't that bad, bro.
They were terrible.
So y'all, this was after we took the shrooms, right? And
Oh,
then,
yeah.
and then like,
They hit me first.
Yeah.
so let me say this real quick. Mark gave me what was supposed to be my shroom.
I gave everyone a calculated dose.
Yeah.
and then gave me more.
He got more as I got more.
Wait, what did you have at first?
We had
one.
a bigger handful than y'all. We were the only ones
He
that had
gave
handfuls.
you less on purpose because he
Yeah.
knew you were driving.
Well, you had handfuls. I had 2.5.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
with like they both had heads on it, and then like a stock. And so I was like, to me, I was like, this is gonna be good because the only thing that I've eaten at that point
Was like this
other
fruit
day
and stuff, right?
No, well,
The
no,
peach.
not even yet. I hadn't even eaten that yet. I ate that afterwards. The only thing I've eaten at that point was 2 Budweisers and 2 shots of whiskey.
That's not eating. What the fuck?
There's like
Drink!
You make these out of wheat
Yeast.
and stuff.
Never mind.
So I took the shrooms and then I ate the peach, right? And so I'm sitting there in my tube, and anybody who's ever taken shrooms before, they make you kind of gassy whenever they start.
Yeah, they touch your stomach and you feel them.
They start taking effect. Mm-hmm. They just, like, and so I'm laying back in my tube, and I'm like burping, and I'm like, ugh, I don't know. I think I'm just laying back in my tube too much, and I start looking up, and I see the fucking trees start doing like this thing, and then I'm like, I even mentioned to Mark, I was like, I think I can see the fucking individual leaves.
I had to stop looking at the trees.
Me too.
One of them looked like a skull.
bro, like I would literally see the air currents go like this, like fucking Jupiter's surface, you know, like this way, that way, and that's when I was like, I gotta go pee.
I think.
So I get up.
Sorry, you're telling yours. My bad.
I get up to go piss. Right, I walk up there. As I'm walking up to the thing, I see sheriff's unit, canine, and I'm like, Michael, just walk straight. Just walk straight, Mike. Just walk straight. And so I walk fucking straight. I know where the bathrooms are. I've been there before. So I walk up there. I don't see the cop because I'm looking in the car through my sunglasses, but I don't see anybody in there. And so I walk up to the bathroom. I start peeing. And then here it comes. I fucking throw up. That's how I know. I was like, ooh. And I fucking throw up the fucking peach and the goddamn strawberries that I ate. And that was it. And then I stand up, and in the bathroom stall, they have like one of those old road signs, you know, like with like 20 miles an hour or whatever. And it's all like rusty. And I'm staring at it, and I'm watching the rust like spread like mold on the fucking sign and then retract. And I'm like, oh yeah,
So
I'm fucked. And I walk back down, and then there's the sheriff like sitting at the table talking with like everybody that works there. And I'm just like, walk straight past the mic, just walk this way. And I walk back to my tube. And I'm like, all right, now I'm okay now.
it's not till Michael gets back that I realize I have to use the bathroom, and I'm starting to feel it. But I realize I'm starting to feel it because he says the words you feel. Oh man, I have to spaz out. Well, like when someone mentions your mom when you're high, you're like, oh shit, she's gonna ruin my high. Or if someone mentions the cops, you're like, oh shit, I got it.
I remember that exact moment when he told you about he wasn't talking to me. I just heard it.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh, it's fine though.
I was like, I'm not trying to freak anybody out right now.
I remember freaking out.
I was like,
Like a tiny freak
I
out.
was like, I don't know where you're at in your shit.
It scared the piss out of me.
I
I
literally
had to go to the bathroom.
your face after I told you, and then you got up. It was so funny because I was just like, hey, I'm not trying to freak anybody out right now.
So Michael
there
went to
is
the
a
bathroom,
sheriff.
and he told you everything was fine until he had to pee.
But
and
I
then,
threw up, and I thought the sheriff was gonna like walk in on me at any second, like because he's down there.
Yeah.
So
So
did you
by
think
the
you were
time,
suspicious?
I was fucking paranoid.
by the
For
time
real.
I walked
I get it.
past
Don't
all
worry.
these groups of different country music and get to this bathroom, Ivory, this bathroom doesn't have a door.
No,
It does not.
Bro, there's no entrance door. There's no men and women
It's
on
just
the
a
door.
bathroom.
There's the sign for men and women.
It's 2 stalls.
And yeah, there's two. Bro, this looks like somewhere you don't even want to go in. And I remember, I'm by myself. I remember going to the corner stall and saying out loud, I hope I don't die in here.
Did you really?
Dude, it was so depressing in there.
Man,
Like,
I have a bathroom story too. This is great.
Jordan says hills have eyes. That was what I thought.
Yeah.
Like, man, I can't wait to get out of here. Like,
That was great.
there
that-
were spider webs.
That bathroom is why we had to leave, in my opinion. So while you're doing that, I am sitting watching the tree line. My shit's starting to hit, and I had this sudden realization that. So I'm on these shrooms, right? And I feel like everything is connected.
Mm-hmm.
Like humans, the fucking earth, plants,
water that
nature,
you're
water.
sitting in.
Like I feel like I'm a part of everything. And then I'm looking at the tree line, and I see it cut off like fucking perfectly at the top.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking to myself how insane nature is.
It's
and
crazy how so inside your head you are.
yeah,
When you're
and then I thought to myself, I was like, damn, I have to pee, but I didn't want to go alone, and I was like, I feel like a kid because
That's
I know
when
I could.
you and Marc were going up
Yeah,
there.
I knew I could find the bathroom, but I didn't want to seem like I was looking really hard for it.
Yeah.
So I asked Marc, I was like, bro, you like show me where the bathroom is? Like, will you walk with me? So we walk, and then like I go in the bathroom, and I walk into this bathroom that you guys were talking about. You know, no door, terrifying. Looks like there's feces on the floor. Like
A lot of my throw up.
there's a stall with just a bench.
Yeah.
Nothing else, just a bench, and then there's another stall, and then I use the restroom. And I thought to myself, I'm like, this is like, this is a movie right now. I was like, this is a scene in a movie. I am tripping so fucking hard. We need to get the fuck out of here. Like, we need to get home. We need to get back to some normalcy. Like, and then I left the bathroom, and then, you know, I started talking to Marc, and we got back. And I think that was when I was starting to trip the most.
Yeah.
And then Mark was sitting next to me on the shore, and then I was like, I don't want to be.
Your headphones are off.
I was like, I don't want to be a fifth wheel right now.
Yeah.
Because he was sitting next to me. Jay was sitting in the water. I was like, man, go be with your girl. I don't want to, like, you don't have to babysit me.
I was wondering what y'all were
true,
doing back there.
Which was like a true statement. I was like, I don't want him to have to babysit me. Just because I knew, like, it was probably going to be a rough trip for me for at least a little bit.
Yeah.
Just because, first of all, I had too much, I think.
Heightened senses all in place. Understand.
You did have too much.
When Jordan said he had to go to the bathroom, I knew he shouldn't go to the scary bathroom vibe that I was feeling alone. So I was like, yeah, I could tell you go up there and bust a right and bust a left. I'm going to go with you. So when I saw him sit down, I was like, I definitely was going to sit in the shade because it's hot as fuck.
Yeah.
But when I saw the look on your face, I was like, okay, Jordan is tripping. Just like I am. And I looked at the trees that you were talking about, and they scared me for a second.
Yeah, those trees.
The whole setting we were in scared me.
We started talking about how, oh yeah, you mentioned, I was gonna sit on those cardboard boxes. I was like, yeah, that's what they're for. And you're like, yeah, I got all dirty. So I was like, yeah.
Oh, I remember that.
And then he said, he was like, you don't have to babysit me, dude. If you're not having, you can go chill with your girl. And I was like, man, that sun hot. And
that's so crazy. Cool was where. First of all, I want to point out, every time that one of us individually went to the bathroom, we were all peeking.
Yeah.
On the shit.
Yeah.
When you
the
went,
worst time.
When I went, when you went.
Mm-hmm.
So when I saw y'all go, I was actually going through the most in my head. I was the whole time because people were getting. I'm in the tube, and I'm telling this to Mark. People were walking out of the river, right? When they walk behind me, because I'm facing the other side of the river, they don't exist anymore.
I have to
me.
piss
Yeah.
so bad. I'm sorry.
Go. I'll keep it going. They don't. Yeah, they don't exist anymore to me. I see these people walking behind, and then they're gone. And then next thing you know, I just because of the fucking music that's blaring, the country music. Imagine 4 hours of this fucking 90s country music blaring at the top fucking sound. And now you're tripping. So when you're tripping, all your hearing and your vision and all that shit's heightened. And so I'm laying against the water, and so I'm doing this thing where I close my eyes. We're all tied off to each other, and we're floating
in a semicircle.
In a semicircle. So I close my eyes, and I'm floating in my tube. And then I'm just there, and then I feel like a bump from the tube on my left. So I get the bump from the tube on my left, and then my brain tells me I'm traveling to my right.
Mm-hmm. Coasting on the water.
Just coasting on the water based by the force of the bump on the tube on my left as my eyes are closed.
This is the power of the water.
And then I feel the bump from
right.
Mark on the tube on my right, just a bump. So I go this way. So my brain's telling me, I'm traveling now pretty deep, on my left. And then I open my eyes.
You haven't moved an inch.
I haven't moved a fucking inch. And it would fuck with my head. So, I'm dealing with that. And the fact that now all these people that have been getting off, that, like I said, once they pass my vision, they they're no longer exist to me. Now I'm hearing all this fucking cackling of people. And then I hear this dude just go, slap the bag.
So at this point...
Oh, the slap the bag people.
Slap the bag people.
They were step 2, and we need to get the fuck out of here.
At this point, we all know that we're
I'm not even lying.
I know.
3 steps.
Yo, we all know we're on
We're
it.
all yes.
We all as a group realize we're a way cooler group than the group behind us. They're all asshole. It's like fraternity for douchebags.
Because not only are we on it, Mark had finally given up his fear of the public and had rolled up sitting on the side.
Yeah, so we're
he was sitting on the side where our shit was while people were getting out, and they're just standing around him, airing out their tubes and stuff, and Mark's just sitting there just fuck it. Rolling the shit up nobody, they're literally 2 feet from him. Directing shit.
We started talking about something. I was like, yeah, man, you gotta watch that show.
He has his shit out and he's just rolling up. And then we all smoke again, too, fucking blunts.
Are you
again.
sure we're smoking the blunts before the slap the bag people? Because I don't remember smoking.
Yeah, it was before the slap. It was before.
Because we left like almost right after the slap the bag people.
Yeah,
Only right after they left because they kind of lingered
there.
I was wondering because what I was thinking to myself is every time I looked back, the bag never got any more empty.
That's the thing.
People just kept drinking from it. I'm like, were you just taking a sip? Finish the fucking bag.
They had like the box of wine bag, but just the bag, no box. And instead of pushing the button so they could like waterfall it, they like poked a hole in it and they were just slapping it. They weren't.
Every time someone would take a drink, they'd be like, slap the bag. Pow.
This one dude slapped it out of this chick's hand. She was just holding it.
He was
like
like,
not even paying attention. He's like,
Sounds like
slap
some
the bag.
some DJ would do.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, so, okay, so...
So you have the slap the bag people, right? So now, in my head, I'm like, I'm going to go check out what time it is, because those slap the bag people had fucked me up. So I literally stand up,
He gets
and
up,
I
I
say,
can't see what's going on behind me, but it's killing me.
I say, I can't see, and I say, what's going on behind me, and it's freaking me the fuck out, is what I actually say. It's freaking me out. I'm fucking tripping, right? And what the crazy thing is because the music was like in my head too, but when I stood up, the music wasn't as loud as it
It was starting to transition.
It was something about the
we haven't
water.
talked about the transition.
We haven't talked about that yet.
It went from country
non-stop.
We haven't talked about that yet. So
straight to Axel Foley.
So before that is whenever I look at my backpack and I'm like, what time is it? And I look and I see it's 5 o'clock. Now I'm the one who drove us all down there.
So you're driving us
So
back.
like early on, I was happy that I peaked early because I was like, oh, maybe I'll be rid of this by the time we have to drive out of here. And then I look and it's 5 o'clock, and then I look where these fellas are, and I'm like, there's no way we're getting out of here. And I start psyching myself out, like,
and then you form a plan in your head.
And then I fucking tell everyone, I was like, I need to go upstairs. I'm gonna get a Red Bull.
Our minds were synced at this point though, because some things we weren't saying. It was more like eye contact.
Yeah.
And some things Jordan would say, and you would kind of like finish off where he was going with his thought. So I'm like, okay, we're all on the same page. At some point, I say, whatever you want to do, I'm happy not being in control.
Oh, that was right before we left. So what happened was I went upstairs to go get the Red Bull, right? I go get a Red Bull. First of all, I talked to the dude. I think it was Jordan was with me the first time because we don't have masks. But this is like mask required up there. So I talked to this guy. I'm like, hey, do I really need to fucking wear a mask up there, man? And he was just like, not if you have any outlining health conditions, you know.
This was before we tripped.
This is before we tripped, okay. Yeah. And I'm like, gotcha. I got asthma or COPD. You know, like just walk up there. But at this point, I didn't give a fuck because I was fucked up. So I just walked up there, ordered a Red Bull. It's 5 o'clock. I'm like, shit, we're going to be fucking wanting to leave soon. So I order the Red Bull. I come back down. It's whenever I'm come back down is when you're going to the bathroom. Because I see you and Mark walking, and I'm like, what are y'all doing? You're like, going to the bathroom. And I'm like, have fun. You know?
No, I did not have fun.
I get back to our site, and I noticed that my cooler, which had been the weight in the main chair, that
it is now on the shore. That was me.
It is now on the shore.
Because I'm not just going to it did not look good. Okay, let me just tell you right now. Elsa was trying her best to like make sure everything. It just did not look like if the cooler had fallen forward, all that shit would have went into the fucking river, man.
Yeah.
No one was there. Like if anything had happened, I was like, bro, let's just move the cooler to the shore. No one's fucking with it anymore.
You did the right thing because we were all like had moved into the shadows.
I think I was trying to nudge everyone very slowly to get the fuck out of here.
You were. I picked up on it, and so it's whenever that had happened, and I'm walking back. Is whenever I formalized my plan because I had started setting it up from the beginning because where we drove down to get our parking initially, like the parking place, I had noticed on the way back up while I've been fucked up that people were getting out of the river and just meeting people down there, loading up their cars and then taking off. So it doesn't matter where they parked, if they parked in our spot or wherever they parked, they were meeting right there, right at the top, and then getting in the car, loading it up, and taking off. So that's my plan, right? So I go back to the chair. I'm not ready to go, but Elsa's like, we could just chill. We're just chilling now. And I'm sipping on this fucking Red Bull that doesn't seem to be working. Jordan and Mark go, like, they're sitting in the back. That's whenever you were like, hey, go chill with your girl or whatever. And then I noticed Jordan is still sitting back there. And then these people start fucking grilling next to us. So all this fucking smoke starts coming, and it's like smoking us all out. And it's at this point the country music changes.
It changes from country to like
the theme from Beverly Hills Cop.
Well, yes.
The Axel Foley. The
first song that they played.
They play the whole fucking thing.
It was so lit.
They play the whole fucking song. They play the whole song. And then right after that, because I'm waiting for the country music to come back,
Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson.
So the party has begun at this point. The country is no more, and we are officially grooving. You have reasons to tap your feet.
These white chicks down the fucking side of the river. This one thick bitch is like dancing, like giving like pseudo lap dances to other bitches on the river.
She puts on
chicks are like spreading their legs to her, like they're all in her little group. They're like fucking. She's like fucking getting it done, and I'm like, now I have like life brought back into me. Like that actually was just like I was cheering that bitch on. I'm like, yeah, you know, like cheering.
I was like, this is ridiculous.
I was like, hell yeah, Michael brings everybody back. Like I was like, I'm here now. Like I'm over the hump. And then Jordan walks up to me and is like, Michael, yeah, we need to leave.
Yeah. I've been thinking that for the past like 30 minutes.
Just like that. And then it just clicks in me and I'm like, I've been ready to leave for an hour, but I didn't think I would be able to make it. But now because of Michael Jackson,
Red Bull,
I had it in me where I knew this is the only time that we should leave right now. It's the only time we're going to make it back. That's what I thought in my head. It's like, this is it. After you said that to me, it literally triggered the start of everything. Because I literally stood up from whenever you told me that, and I walked over to you, and you were like, that's whenever you told me, hey, we're cool with we're just following, we're cool with just doing whatever. And I'm like, it's time to fucking go. Here's what we're doing. And then I was like, everybody out of the fucking river, get the chairs, deflate the fucking tubes. I started gathering everything up that I knew that I was taking with me back to the fucking car.
Bro, so you will not know, but let me insert this. You do not know the struggle of trying to break down all this fucking shit while tripping fucking balls.
Looking at everybody stood, whenever I told everybody what to do, they all just stood there, was like,
You know how kids are in the morning when
and then I started doing
school?
stuff and nobody else was doing anything. They're just like looking.
Hey man, I already put the cooler on the fucking shore, man. Fuck you.
So I explained the plan to everybody as they're there. We're going to get everything together. I'm going to go get the car, drive it back to the parking spot where we first started, and y'all are going to meet me there. We're going to load up, and we're going to take off.
And Jordan says, no, I'm going to the car.
Yes. I did say that. I was like, no, man, I feel like I should just bring the cooler. This was my thought. I should just bring the cooler to the car.
This is before you wanted to bring the cooler. First, you said, no, I'm going to the car.
He's adamant.
Well, I was always planning on bringing the cooler with me. Let me just say that.
Okay. You didn't say the cooler
I wanted to go to the car, first of all, because I was losing my mind with the music combined with everything that we needed to do. So
I'm telling Jordan, no. I'm like, no. We're going to get this together. I'm like getting the trash together. I'm telling Elsa what to do. Like, Mark can't fucking like deflate his shitty ass fucking float that he bought.
Have to throw one away.
It was prepared so well that it contained the air. That's all. They're not noticing the great.
And I was telling you, I was like, Mark, just pinch the thing. It'll go out faster.
That's what I did.
You want a float that doesn't just deflate. You know what I'm saying? You want it to give you some resistance. Like, I need to hold it.
Sounds like
air.
he's in denial.
Yeah,
he might have paid like $50 for it.
He might have paid more than 50.
They're really hating on my tube.
I was
told us it was $30.
My tube folds up. It's in my trunk right now.
It does not fold up.
I can roll mine.
It has a carrying case.
I'm done.
So, I'm telling everybody.
We got everything packed up, right?
Yeah.
It took us a couple minutes.
Most of everything's packed. I grab my swim bag, which is our personal bag, my backpack's on me, and both of my chairs. And I'm like, I'm going to meet everybody right up at the parking spot, at the small hill. And I take off. And now, granted, we have to to get down there. It's like a 45-degree incline little road. It's only about 20 feet, but I fucking hike up that bitch. I'm fucking going. The sun's out. I'm halfway to the car and I hear something. I look back and there's Jordan.
Now Jordan has left me with all the girls and all the fucking rest of the shit to carry that isn't.
It's not that much.
It's your own tubes.
First of all, I carried all my shit. I had my bag, I had my tube, and I had the cooler.
And you had the cooler.
What else? Really, the stress that he left me with was the million questions I didn't have the answers to. Ivory, that's what he left me with.
Where'd
I go? How far? Did you see them? Oh my gosh! Do you think they're gonna come down there or up here? And I'm like, I don't know.
You should have told them you ain't got all the answers, Sway.
I feel bad, but I feel like they were gonna be asking questions regardless if I was there or not.
You should have told them you should have listened to me in the first place.
Well, I don't think I feel like they got confused by the. You said the hill. We're gonna meet on that hill. So you can't really expect them to be at the bottom.
At the bottom or
you know
the top
of
the hill?
I said bottom of the hill.
We went to the.
Did you? I was on my own.
Mike was
mission.
ready to drive down the bottom of the hill.
I'm going to the bottom of the hill.
I was treating Michael like he was sergeant.
Plan.
I was like
first mate.
Yeah, or if that combines well. But
yeah, it doesn't matter. But it was like
I somehow had all my shit.
I see Jordan, and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? And he's like, I had to get out of there, man. I had to fucking go. I'm like, the whole point of this is so one person, me, suffers for the good of everyone on the trip. And you're like, the fucking music, man. And I was like, actually, I understand.
It felt like a nightmare I was escaping from. Literally, once I went up I was running up that hill. Once I got up that hill, I felt like I escaped. Yeah. I felt like I could live.
Oh, man.
I second that. There was a lot of country.
As soon as he said the music and I had to get it out of my head, I was like, come on, bro, I understand. Because I knew he was tripping bad. And then, you were so funny when we got to the car because you were just like, here's the shit. It's like, it's so hot. And I'm like, I know it's so hot. And you're like, I need a water. I'm like, there's no cold water. And
I don't give a shit.
I don't give a shit. He's
lukewarm water.
Hot water. And then we get in the car and then we had luckily we had the fucking windows open because we're driving back now to the thing. And I'm going to go down there and meet everybody as per plan. And as we're turning, I hear, Mike, 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 Mike. And then Jordan's like, hey, hey, hey. Because we had the windows open. And they're standing at the top by the street.
Ruining the plan.
Ruining my fucking plan. I'm like, does anybody not listen to the fucking plan?
But we did it.
Contact
Look,
with everyone
we succeeded.
before he left.
Think about that. Maybe if we had followed the plan, it wouldn't have worked as well.
True. But when I got out of the car, I was just like...
What if, you had came to the bottom of the hill and I was getting arrested?
So look, we get into the car and it is the funniest car ride I've ever been in. I'm laughing
scariest.
like a 15, 16-year-old because really, although we've started tripping, the adventure has just now begun.
It's just begun.
Technically,
even though we're leaving the river. So,
thank God for that.
Oh my God.
I started off with not knowing, or I knew which way I was going. But I started off with telling everybody, I was like, I hope I'm going the right direction.
So Michael is driving and pointing out everything he sees. And Jordan is trying to confirm or deny if some of this shit is real. Because some of the stuff that Michael is calling out...
You're so right.
It's trippy. He's like, oh man, you see that unicorn? So everyone in the car is like, fucking unicorn. We look and there it is.
I'm catching real shit. For some reason, I am I am in the fucking zone.
Right in the pocket.
And so, I'm feeding off everybody's energy. So everybody's fucking laughing, including Jordan.
I'm right behind him.
And then,
I was laughing like a maniac.
Like a maniac. Because we get in, and after I tell everybody, I hope we're going in the right direction, we all start talking about that. I'm like, well, if we're not going in the right direction, it's going to be about an hour and a half for us to come back and double back.
We're winding through this river.
And we're going back up the river road. And then I'm like, oh, because I knew Jordan had said something about the music. So I'm like, oh, let's welcome to the music, Jordan. And I turn up the music and everybody's like...
It's 9 Inch Nails.
Like, please enjoy some Nine Inch Nails.
Let's vibe out.
Which I actually did enjoy. At that
Yeah,
moment.
it was great until the fucking end of the song came up. I'm like, and we were all talking again, and I'm like, oh wait, hold on, it's the best part. It's
Turns
the
it up real loud.
The trippiest part is the very end of Nine Inch, you know, of I wanna fuck you like an animal, you know, and the end is like trippy. Like crank it up. Oh, and then my gaslight comes on.
It's literally in that instant. After, you know, the end of that song is like really creepy. It's like very ominous.
Yeah.
So
Gaslight comes on.
We're still kind of wondering,
Michael's
like,
like,
are we
"Ooh, we're out of
going the
gas."
right way? And he's like, I hope
instantly,
so.
ooh, run out of gas. I was like, it's okay. You can get 50 miles on an E. And he was like, if you know where you're going.
So we're still going through this canyon at this point. I can see that the light has come on. We pass a fucking gas station.
No, here's what happens. We bring the gas station, and I was like, Michael, just get gas. Like that calmly.
Yes,
Michael, just get gas.
That's what he said.
And he was like, we don't
We
need
can
it.
make it.
I like erring on the edge of things or
Yeah,
whatever.
I was like, I like to see how far I can bury the needle.
Yeah, and then we got home.
And then we take off, and then we have to go over that big hill. So if y'all thought that we were close, but when we go over that big hill on the highway, y'all were like, we should have got gas. Like, why didn't we get fucking gas in the back? And then I said, hey, well, like everything, guys, as soon as we see that Taco Bell sign, you know that we're close to home.
I was like, oh, thank God Michael isn't killing us. Thank Jesus. I thought Michael was killing us the whole car ride home.
Oh, and then I tripped Jordan out because I was actually being...
Oh, my God.
I was like, hey, so, because we were all talking about what we're going to do.
I was like, I need a hot shower.
Because we passed Rudy's, right? We all wanted Rudy's. That's what we were talking about getting to eat. And then Jordan's like, I need a hot shower. And I'm like, don't take a hot shower, bro. Like, that's going to fuck you up, bro. Like,
I was just like,
you're like, whatever. Like,
just fucking with me.
You're going to be in there. You're going to be on a bad trip. And then you're going to get all that steam. And it's going to feel like you're suffocating, man. And you're going to fucking have a bad trip. Or you're going to fuck you up. Don't do it. And I was actually being serious.
Bro, keep in mind the severity of one of these things and the reality of the other. Like, Rudy's is right there. We're going to eat there. But, hey, don't shower because you could suffocate on the steam. You know what I'm saying? So
Not
you're like,
possible.
all right. You know what I mean? You're like, we're just going to get
Not
Rudy's.
possible, by
no
the
one
way.
is thinking about the shower.
But I'm so focused on not losing my mind in this car ride home that I'm like, he's fucking with me. But the thing is, once we finally got back to the hotel room and I'm in the shower, it's like the greatest thing ever, and then it turns into the worst thing ever instantly. Because the shower, the drain wouldn't drain really quickly, so it was filling up. So I think I'm in the shower for hours. I think I'm in the shower for fucking hours, and it's literally only been a couple minutes. I probably took a shower for maybe a minute.
Maybe. Because we got back to the hotel. I get everybody claps like, yeah. Michael got us back to the hotel.
But not. And then once I dove out of the car, grabbed all my
Jordan.
shit. Mark was like, "Man, what's going on? We hanging out? We gonna smoke or something?" I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go to sleep, you psycho!"
Everyone ran in their own direction, in their own little world.
Jordan says, I'm going to my room. And like fucking takes off. Jayla gets out. Mark's out. I have a mission because it's Saturday and I drank all my whiskey. So I'm actually okay. So I drop everybody off. So I go get another bottle of whiskey for Sunday. My Sunday bottle, right? Mm-hmm. And then I actually go get gas because the gas light did go on. And so I go get gas. I go get whiskey. I come back. And then Jordan's messaging me saying that he's tripping really fucking hard. And then I get out of the car and I see him coming around the corner.
I had just thrown up right before it.
He just
I
threw
like
up.
the trash can that was around your corner. I went, ugh.
You didn't even make it in the trash
I
can.
couldn't even fucking bro. I walked from my room and then I went and then a hallway hit me and then that is probably what made me throw up. I walked through the hallway. Right before I got out of the hallway, my body. I feel like I made myself throw up because it was just like a little like a spit up almost.
Oh yeah, and you made yourself.
For the record,
when I'm walking up, I just see Jordan pointing at me from up.
I was like, you. I was like, bro, I'm tripping so hard. He's like, what are you tripping about, bro?
That's what I said.
I was like, bro, you're right.
we're all on different levels, but we're all like in pocket. So Jordan has had a handful, and we're all on the riverbank at one point before we smoke. And he's like, dude, I don't feel this. I don't feel it. So I'm like,
It was
let's
not a
do
handful.
more.
It was one long mushroom.
We were
okay?
like, I was like, let's do more. Let's do more. Bro, so we end up doing
I
more.
agreed to it.
He says something like, this is 15 minutes later. We're still not even feeling it. So I almost talked Jordan into doing more with me. Like, let's just do it. I think at some point I said, let's just do another handful.
Wait,
so
how many did you do?
I just did the two big ass, like two long
No,
big
his
boys.
stem was long and thick.
Yeah.
It was. It felt like.
Do you have heads on them?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, bro.
It was.
Those are the ones.
Two of them.
We were tripping.
That's what I did.
Oh.
Two of them. Oh yeah, those.
That's what I
Bro,
did.
we were tripping a good 10 hours. Easy.
Yeah, that's what I did. I'm happy I got out of that.
I was yawning so fucking much.
Well, that's what they do at first. They fucking mellow you the fuck out.
So it's not till Jordan knocks on our room door. I'm taking a shower. And
Yes.
it's amazing, by the way.
I didn't want to. Here's the context for that. I didn't want.
This is actually really good.
I was gonna knock on your door because I'm like, in my head, I'm like, he's my shroom shaman. He's
Yeah.
gonna guide me through this. If I'm having a bad trip, it's his responsibility to make sure I have a good one, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I knock on his hotel room, and I'm like, wait, what if they're banging? What if like, and then Jay like looks out, and I'm like, hey, I didn't want to. Are y'all good? Like, he's like, oh yeah, Mark's in the shower. I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna go back to my room then until everything's all sorted out. And that's why I was at my room when you had to come look for me. So. Literally, I don't know how long it took you to get out of the shower, but from that time of you being in the shower to you finding me, I was in purgatory in my hotel room.
Bro.
Apparently, it took Mark like 40 minutes to get out of the shower because he loved the shower.
I did love the shower, but another 20 minutes.
You took a long shower too. I don't want to hear it, Michael.
Like at the beginning of
I took a 15-minute shower.
I
You
know
were
how long you were in
gone.
of this
Yeah, you're
story,
right.
we first initially thought Jordan was in 124. Then I thought he was in 142. It
Bro.
turns out he was in like 221.
221.
You see what I'm saying? So I was knocking at this one room, Ivory, and I was like, Jordan, I know he's tripping, so I'm like, hey, yo, Jordan. I'm talking to no one through a door until I'm like, oh yeah. I call Michael, and he's like, he says, it's this one. I'm knocking on this other dude's door for so long.
That's
he
not
comes
how it
outside.
happened. That's not
Now
how
you
it
messaged
happened.
and was like, "What's your room? Yeah, I'm ready." You literally say this.
He
I'm
says,
ready. What's your room number? And this is in the group chat between me and Michael. And Michael
Yes.
says 210. Wait, who?
Yeah.
And then before you don't even reply, the next reply is, "I found him."
Yeah, because he called me because I texted him. I was like, hey, Jordan was in my...
How did you find my room?
Dude, the shaman and well, not the shaman.
The shaman in me.
Michael
Me.
directed me there, but the shaman in me let me know. I was like,
No.
yeah, he shouldn't be alone. We're tripping.
What happened?
You're right. I
What
shouldn't
happened
have.
was you were in the room. You were tripping out because I had Men in Black 2 on, and that the reception was so shitty it kept phasing in and out. So you
Yes.
thought it was like,
But I went to. This was before I went to Mark and Jay's room. So I went from your room to Mark and Jay's,
oh, okay,
and then I went back to mine.
okay. So when you left my room, I was in the shower,
Yes.
and you told Elsa that you'd be,
I'll be back. I was just trying to make her feel better.
Yeah, and so you left, and then Elsa told me that, and I was just like, in my head, I'm like, he's not coming back.
I don't think I did come back till the next day.
No, well, either way, Mark texts me. Oh, I text Mark. And I'm like, hey, by the way, like I'm just chilling in my room, taking a shower, and Jordan was over here. He was tripping really hard. And then when I got out of the shower, I was like, oh, he's gone. He's back in his room, I guess. And then Mark was like, is he alone? I'm like, yeah, I guess so. And then he was like, well, then he calls me. He's like, well, you shouldn't be alone. I'm like, oh, yeah, you're probably right. He's like, what room is he in? I'm like, I don't know, like 121, 122. I can't remember.
You almost had it.
And so then he went to go there and just started knocking on people's numbers. And then I told Elsa, and then she called the front desk and got his actual number. And then I called him and told him what your actual number was.
So I get to Jordan's door. I'm actually knocking on it, and Jordan doesn't come to the door.
I don't know.
Bro, I'm doing my Mario knock.
I'm like asleep,
Hey, yo, Jordan.
basically asleep.
Yeah, you have your eyes
But I'm
closed.
thinking
No, I'm like-
the worst
No, I'm
because
blacked
he's
out,
freaking
basically.
out.
Oh,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? That's the last thing I heard. Jordan's freaking out, dude. He had to come to my room. So I'm like, man, what the fuck? I literally say, fuck this, and I walk off. I'm like, man, why the fuck did I even come to this room? And I hear this voice, hey, yo. So I'm like, is this Jordan? I turn around, it's Jordan. Jordan looks lost. He looks lost, and I'm like, okay, all right, what's up? I go into his room, and all the lights are off. I'm like, what the fuck were you doing in here? Like,
Trying to sleep.
Sleeping.
didn't
I was
know
like,
it.
yeah, no, it did. Well, it did. If you had left me, I probably would have fell asleep. I'm not gonna lie, Mark, because you woke me up. Like when you were like, I heard Jordan, and then I was like, I literally woke up. It's like a movie. And then I thought it was like the next day,
Yes,
So I stumbled
that's
over the
a good
door.
trip.
I stumbled over to the door and I looked out and I see you wearing your fucking pink shirt with khakis with your not your sunglasses on, but you look like you're ready to go, like for like a day out or something, not like you're just chilling at home.
Remember when I was telling y'all this? We were talking about Rudy's like it was a serious thing because the next conversation was suffocating on steam. So I'm thinking, okay, we're going to Rudy's. So I got dressed.
Yes, okay. Yeah, the whole time you're like,
That's
yeah,
what
we're going
his
to go eat. And I was like, hold
ready.
on. And I'm like, I'm still like feeling grimy from the river. I'm like tripping fucking balls. And I had no shoes on. I'm like, bro, let me find my flip-flops. I'm not going anywhere barefoot, okay? I'm not going to be that guy that's tripping on shrooms barefoot. So I get my flip-flops on. I had no intention of going anywhere at the time, right? So I go with Mark back to his room. He's being a cool guy, like being nice and making sure I don't fucking lose my mind and saying the right things for the most part. And then we get back to his room and like smoking and shit and doing some whippets.
Trying to mellow him out.
Yeah, and it helped, like being in a room with people that are cool and I like. And then you came finally. And then it was cool. I was like, oh my God, I'm saved.
Yeah.
This is what we should have done originally. This is what we should have done originally. And that was great because we had awesome conversations.
Yeah,
And
that
then,
evening was really cool.
That evening, like we're between like 7:30 and 11. Those were like really cool hours.
So from Jordan talking about how Men in Black is trash, we got onto the topic of movies, and Michael was telling us about a movie with a bad ending. If you've ever heard of The Ninth Gate,
Oh yeah.
this is
I
the
brought that movie
movie
up, by the way.
we're talking about. But Michael goes into the theology of it, of the book that they're talking about in the
the
movie.
Satanic Bible.
So really, all I'm hearing about is the Satanic Bible, and I'm like, it's not that this is interesting, it's that there's a movie about it. So I'm telling myself, I'm like, man, remember this. I get home, I'm on Hulu. This is like a day late dollar short type of thing. And I see it's on there. So I'm like, he didn't even say Johnny Depp was in this.
We did.
Yeah, I did.
I said
But
it.
I didn't hear it.
I brought
said
the
it.
movie up. I said, there's a movie with Johnny Depp.
So the first thing I'm watching when I get back is this. So I'm texting them almost like immediately. I'm like, I'm watching Ninth Gate and this is tripping.
The movie's kind of crazy,
It's
bro.
really
Like,
crazy.
Oh, goddamn it.
Oh, man.
Lemon meringue. That was a lemon meringue L that you had just tasted from
Fuck
right
no,
there.
boy, get that bullshit up out of here, bro. Get the fuck?
Ah!
Hell no.
Disgusting!
So we
Yes.
confined ourselves in a room after we got back.
Yes.
I say the next time we do it, we should just like do it in the room.
Yeah.
And really, what I
Agreed.
want to say about these shrooms was they let you notice people's energy before you met them.
Also, I'd like to say that we came into the agreement on the way home. Like those were legit.
Those were the real deal.
shroom. Like they were the real deal.
We went outside to smoke a cigarette. And you know how we are with people. We kind of can tell how they are. Just, you know, before they, you know how it is when people come around you. You can tell like, oh, they're a smoker. Or, oh, they might need a lighter or something like that.
Yeah.
So some people kind of came past us and we were like, all right, they're from Houston. They like to drink. They're just chilling. They're doing their thing. And then this couple walks by. But before they even get to us, all you can feel is this one dude's energy. He's in like all black. He's got these short dreads.
true.
And he feels like fucking Darth Vader's presence in every Star Wars movie like that. Like the way he uses the Force, it's just like a thick, nasty energy. They walk like 2 steps by us, turn around,
Go
don't
back.
say nothing, and then disappear, dude. They disappear, and 2 seconds later, these girls come around the corner like almost immediately. And I'm like, oh, shit. Mike was just talking about angels and demons, and it just happened. Like, that's what I'm thinking, bro. I'm like, oh, God.
That
And
is
then we
an
have these,
interesting
and
perspective.
we have these fucking people from the Woodlands trying to smoke with us and shit. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
they were really trying really hard.
he's like, oh, these are the people with the good shit.
Yeah.
Like that means you want to smoke with us. Say
Yeah.
what you mean.
Say what you mean, bro. Don't come at us like we're just fucking.
And then he
standing
had his like nephews and nieces or whatever. They were doing some. It was some weird thing. I'm like, how many people you have in that room?
Yeah.
It's like one bed.
Then you had those drunk bitches coming
There
from
was
the,
one.
It's one bed because they're on your side of the thing. So I know it's only one king size bed.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. I didn't even think
There's
about
like
that.
4 or 5 people sharing a room.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Kissing cousins.
Mm-hmm.
Sharing a
They
room.
did give me that
I'm
vibe.
gonna
Yeah.
say they doing that Quagmire shit.
They be finger banging each other.
I agree.
Yeah.
You said we spent the whole podcast talking about our story, right?
Yeah. We can save my stories for the next
Okay,
podcast.
we can.
Okay, yeah, all right.
There was
wanna-
some.
Do you want to end? What? There's some what?
I mean, I could give you like what, a prelogue and an epilogue, and so was for the next
Prologue.
episode.
Prologue.
Prologue would be what you're talking
Yeah.
about.
Prologue.
So yeah, give us the prologue to your story, bro. Like, give us the premise. So
Yeah, give us
we
the
can-
intro.
what is it called? A cliffhanger.
All right,
Yeah.
so here's the cliffhanger for you.
Okay,
Oh no.
here we go.
Bar scene. I fuck with that.
Oh no.
You do?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah, he
fuck
went to
with
a
that. It's
bar.
pretty good.
For your first time?
No, yeah, first time in a bar.
First time alone.
First time in a
basically.
bar, okay.
Like straight up by myself, incognito mode in that
Welcome
bitch.
to
just ready
alcoholism.
go.
Yeah,
baby.
welcome to my life, okay.
Nah, but I was just going up in there to just see what it was like for the first time, because I was like, let me see, fuck it. I got $100 to spend. I got shit to do. I want to get drunk. Fuck it. Then it's right down the street too, so I was
You
like,
can get a
hell yeah.
bottle.
Fuck
Do
a
the same
bottle.
thing.
I was literally just like,
For
eh,
$20.
go watch some TV while I'm doing it too.
Yep.
Had a little food too, little appetizer. It wasn't all that, but it was alright.
What bar did you go to?
Just the bar, the one that's on Beach Nut, right?
Just
right
the
by-
bar.
Yeah, right there.
I know
by
what you're
that
talking
fucking
about.
Of course it
churches,
is.
Yeah.
I
That's
actually knew
alright.
where Just a Bar is. I feel like I'm becoming.
Here's your cliffhanger.
It should be
though.
called Just a Shithole.
I thought that was a cliffhanger.
No,
What-
no, no. That was the prologue, but here's the cliffhanger to that prologue.
Just a piece of shit bar.
It was ladies' night. Dun dun dun.
Oh, you went on.
Oh shit!
Oh, you went on a Thursday.
It was ladies' night. That just means ladies drink cheaper, right?
Yeah, that's
No,
it.
it was ladies in there. Well, cheaper,
Isn't that?
whatever.
I imagine that's what ladies' night is, right?
That's literally what it is, and that's why they go there.
There's more women there because the drinks are
Cheap.
cheaper.
There you go.
Okay.
You think that women are just gonna show up just because someone names it ladies' night?
Hey, plenty of motherfucking clubs have done it.
So were you?
But that means the drinks are cheaper.
So were you slinging your dick around or what? Like.
That's that whole nigga. That,
We have to find out next episode. Might be
on the
canceled.
next-
To be
Next
continued
episode,
on Dragon Ball.
Damn it! I was gonna do that.
I was gonna
Ivory,
do
you
the
son of a
Dragon Ball
bitch.
scene thing too.